Hello everyone and welcome to Brickburst. My name is MJ and today we are going to be looking at the new Justice League movie sets and I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on them. So let's start off with Battle of Atlantis. This is the cheapest set. In the UK it's £20 and yeah, I think it looks like a pretty cool set. Looking at the scenery first of all before we get to the obviously more interesting minifigures. We've got some quite nice pieces in the sand green colour, which looks good. It's nice to get the kind of brick pieces, as I think those are certainly one of the more rarer. That piece is slightly rarer in that colour, for sure. You've got some nice see-through blue pieces as well, such as this spiky blue piece at the top, which looks good. Honestly, it's not a terrible design. It looks like quite a nice little scenery piece. Then, looking at the Atlantis guards, they look quite nice. They're in pearl gold with a lot of nice detail printing on the front. And of course, they got brand new helmets, which look quite good. And it's just nice. I personally am a really big fan of flesh minifigures, so it's cool to get so many in this set. Then you've got Aquaman, who looks really cool. Again, really nice printing. He's got a brand new hairpiece. And I love the new element that I think was new for this year. The kind of shooting plasma beam element thing. And of course for Aquaman it's used in a water setting. So it's supposed to be water. And he just looks great, especially with that cool trident as well. And then last but by no means least is you've got the Parademon Scout. I actually think this guy's probably the best minifigure in here. I'm not the most massive fan of those floppy kind of acetate wings, which we have seen on a few other minifigures, but this is of course a new shape and design. But the printing on him looks amazing and the overall design looks really cool. It looks really colourful. When you compare this to the Justice League trailer, I'm not sure how closely it will tie up to the film, but certainly in this set I think it looks great. Next up we've got the Nightcrawler set. This is a really weird vehicle design. I certainly don't hate it. I think that in this position that I'm showing on screen now, which I got from the Lego website, it looks a little bit undynamic. I think if we look over at the box shot, it looks a lot more kind of action-packed and less stationary. It's just a very weird vehicle design. We've seen so many different types of vehicles in Lego and some of them very much repeated often, so I'm certainly not going to complain that we're getting different vehicle designs. And I like the unique hexagonal kind of, is it hexagonal? Oh, it is hexagonal. Cockpit windshield. That looks cool, and I'm not sure if that element is new in that colour, but it looks good. And I like the rotor kind of miniguns on top, which looks cool. And it looks like it's got a lot of posability, and it's just a really weird vehicle design, like I say. We've got this cube thing that popped up in the other set as well, so I'm guessing that has some kind of relevance to the film. I'm guessing the heroes have to split up and go around the world to find them, would be my guess. And we got some more parademons in here as well. The parademons look great. Really cool, obviously different to the other one. I prefer the other design actually, despite green being my favourite colour, but I still think they look great. If we look at Batman, he looks really good. He looks to have either dual moulded legs or at least printed legs, but they look good and it's a very nice Batman figure, highly detailed and looks cool. And of course we're getting the movie version of Flash for the first time, who looks really sweet. He's got some very highly detailed printing and a new helmet as well, and yeah, he just looks pretty good. Last but by no means least, we are looking at the Flying Fox. Very interesting vehicle. It's £100 in the UK. Oh, and something I didn't say about the Nightcrawlers, it's £55 in the UK. So, looking at the Flying Fox, we've got two of the Parademons, so one from the Atlantis set and one from the Nightcrawler set, which is great. We've got Wonder Woman, who appears to be the same as her most recent outing in her solo Lego set. We've got a new Batman who looks great. This appears to be like a highly armoured version, and it looks like his actual cowl has printing as well, which is great to see. We've got Superman, who kind of looks pretty boring, similar to how he was shown a few years ago in the Batman vs Superman set. But with no dual moulded legs, which is interesting. And lastly, for the actual minifigures, we've got Cyborg, who looks absolutely awesome. Really nice printing. He's got a cool new arm. and a very cool helmet as well, so that's really nice. Then looking at Steppenwolf or Steppenwolf, I quite like these kind of mid-size figures, so I suppose somewhere between a maxi figure and a minifigure, because it's partially brick built, although it's actually taller than a maxi figure. But yeah, it looks good. He's got a actual proper head, like a moulded head, and like a moulded torso piece. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's a shame that those ball hinge joints don't come in more colours than just dark grey. Then looking at the vehicles, the Batmobile is nice. It's quite a cool kind of retelling or rendition of the recent Batmobile we got from the DC Extended Universe. And then the Flying Fox itself looks like a fairly cool design. I like how it's kind of bigger at the front. It almost looks like a megaphone or something. But it's got a cool cockpit. You got the Batman logo on there, and clearly some space to hold the Batmobile. So yeah, it's kind of an odd, kind of bulky, interesting spaceship design. So it's pretty cool, and I think the price point isn't too bad. The price per piece ratio is pretty much on standard of what we've come to expect in the last few years, and it's got a really excellent selection of minifigures. So that's my thoughts on the Justice League sets, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think of the sets? Let us know in the comments below, and subscribe for more.